break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha. And I never been down with no OPP. I talk about selling our people's property. Don't know who doing it, so don't round me out. Don't send no police round me and tell me shush my mouth. Where's our conviction? But where's our pride? We selling everything, selling our backside. Just go online, it'll make you sick. You can buy any island, just point and click. See, they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha. Hey, hey. Ride him. My mother always say, when you find a donkey, ride it. Lose donkey. Man, come on. We got a whole nation in 73. Now we getting back the whole country. What kind of fools we must be, selling out for a bag of rice and a cup of tea. You know what does bug me? Help me understand. I can't find piece of property for under 80 grand, but I can fix this. I know what to do. I can squat just like them other people try make me do. See, they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha. They're selling our country. They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha. I get everybody sell some every day. They're selling one island, they won't keep. What can be left for you and me? Is this the example? What's our kids to do? You want them have a sense of pride, or go selling too? Cause they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha. They're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling our whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha. They're selling our country, yes man. They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling our whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha. They're selling our country, yes, yes. They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha.
Whoa, girls, we outdoing it.
Good evening, Bahamas. We are coming to you live from Grand Bahama, West End. And today, I want to say we have been doing a lot throughout the communities here in West Grand Bahama. And I just want to say that I'm Daniel Mitchell, the chairman for Grand Bahama. And our office is located on West Atlantic Drive, there at the Niles Grace Plaza on the upstairs. And if you want to become a member of the Coalition of Independence, you can reach out at our office location at the Niles Grace Plaza on West Atlantic Drive, or you can contact us at 37359-5118. I just want to elaborate a little bit about this community in West Grand Bahama. As we were doing our walkabout throughout the communities of Hannah Hill, Bartlett Hill, Seagrape, Jonestown, we realized that a lot of these homes were filled with taps on them. They were damaged, roofs damaged. We said, this place has been neglected for more than a decade, and it's time for change to take place in this community. And I believe under the leadership of Lincoln Bain, the Coalition of Independence, I believe that we can make a difference within this community. So I'm just asking that the public throughout West Grand Bahama will consider the Coalition of Independence to make that difference within the community of West Grand Bahama. I believe that the people need change within this community. They have been neglected, they have been suffering for decades. And I believe we can make that difference if we are chosen in this time to make that difference. I believe that it's time for change, and we all need change. And the only way this change can come, we have to get rid of the other parties. And I believe that you're gonna do the right thing here in West Grand Bahama and choose the Coalition of Independence to make that difference. We are now faced with a by-election. It should be coming in the next 3 weeks or so. And we're gonna ratify our candidate tonight, this evening. And you will see the choice that we choose here in West Grand Bahama. I believe that he's powered up, fired up, and ready. He loves the people. He's a warrior. He's chosen for this time and season to initiate and fight for the Bahamian people here in West Grand Bahama. And I believe that if you give that individual a chance, I believe that he'll make a difference will make a difference within West Grand Bahama and Bimini, and transform this whole island, because he is a fighter, he is a warrior. I believe he's chosen for this time and for this season. They say many are called, but few are chosen. I believe he is chosen for this time and for this season. And I believe if be elected, we will see the transformation that will take place here in West Grand Bahama and Bimini. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Bahamas, and good evening to West Grand Bahama and Bimini. My name is Charlotte Green, National Chairman for the Coalition of Independence. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed constituents of West Grand Bahama and Bimini, today I invite you to embark on a journey that took us through the winding pathways of countless deliberations and heartfelt discussions. A journey that led us to a decision of utmost importance. With the heart of this great constituency in mind, we sought a candidate, not merely by chance, but through destiny's embrace. In our quest for the ideal representative, we scoured far and wide for someone who could embody the soul of West Grand Bahama and Bimini. A soul intertwined with a rich history and an unwavering spirit. It is this spirit, dear constituents, that ignited the fire within our hearts and led us to a candidate who would be more than a voice. He would be a symbol of our shared past and future and present. In our search, we knew that we needed someone with more than just political ambition, We needed someone with rooted connection to the community, a person whose roots ran within the very soil that makes West Grand Bahama and Bimini extraordinary. It is with immense pride that I share with you the story that spoke to our hearts. Lincoln Michael Bain's rooted ties to the constituency are not just by happenstance. He carries with him a family legacy that spans generations. Lincoln's late grandfather, Michael Bain, was a distinguished resident of the West End community and held the esteemed position of Chief of Security at Jack Ma. It is this history and profound connection to the community that makes Lincoln Bain the ideal choice to represent the Coalition of Independence in the upcoming by-election and the great constituency. But above all, we search for someone with passion and compassion, someone whose heart was attuned to the needs of every family, every child, every individual. A candidate who would stand with you in times of joy, hardship, who would walk the streets, visit your homes, and share in the day-to-day struggles and triumphs that define your lives here. In our deliberation, we considered the candidate's ability to traverse the hallowed halls of the House of Assembly, the need for someone who would not be afraid to rise to speak truth to power, to ensure that your voices, your aspirations, and your concern would be echoed in the chambers of governance. A representative who would carry your hopes and dreams not just to Nassau, but to the very heart of the Bahamian Parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, after much consideration, I am honored to introduce the result of our tireless search, the embodiment of our shared vision and values, the one who will stand unflinchingly for you, Mr. Lincoln Michael Bain. Lincoln Michael Bain is not merely our candidate. He is the representation of our unwavering commitment to this community. Lincoln is more than just a name on the ballot. He is the beacon of the hope and the promise of a brighter future for West Grand Bahama and Bimini and the entire Bahamas at large. It is important to note that we considered several candidates, including some among us here today, each with their unique strengths and qualities. In the end, we believe that Lincoln Bain stood out as the candidate who embodies the collective aspirations and values of this constituency. Thank you, constituents, for trusting us. Thank you for your patience. Our journey has led us to this moment, and together with Lincoln Bain, we will embark on a new chapter in the history of our beloved constituency. The future is West Grand Bahama and Bimini, the gateway to the new Bahamas. And with your support, we will ensure that it shines even brighter for West Grand Bahama and the entire Bahamas. On behalf of the Coalition of Independence, we would like to say thank you for welcoming us into your homes, into your businesses, and allowing us to speak to you about our vision, our plans, and our goals for West Grand Bahama. Thank you so much. Now we will have Mr. Lincoln Bain come up, where he will state his plans for West Grand Bahama in this upcoming election.
Change ain't coming.
JJ, come in. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to all of you for being here, to be a part and to witness history in the making. We are here for one reason and one reason only, not to get into the House of Parliament, but we are here to transform this nation and to transform this community. I'm going to tell you about the journey that got us here, and then we're going to go deeper. When Obi Wilscombe died, that left a big void. A legend had passed away. Someone who had been in this community for a long time and has been in all of our eyesight for a long time. We needed to act, and we needed to act quickly. Our executives in New Providence, our national executives, got together. They met quickly, and we started putting names together, including me. I was with them putting names together of persons that we could put here. I did not necessarily want to be included in that number because we wanted to put someone else here. They started to put everything on the table, all of the criteria. They wanted someone who had connections to the community, but also someone who could go in the House of Assembly and joust and go toe-to-toe with these MPs in the House of Assembly. Someone who could represent in the community, bring justice for this community, and who could bring love and compassion to them. We considered many names, including our chairman, Ms. Charlotte Green, and others. And the executives decided to ask me to take that to take one to the team, and to come to this community and represent. Initially, I felt that we should just send someone. I wanted to be the person to go into Pinewood Gardens and fix the flooding problem. But we never know how fate changes the game sometimes. Man has his plan, Proverbs 21:19, but God's plan is what will prevail. And so I will still be the one to go and fix the flooding problem in Pinewood Gardens when we take over this country in 2026 or sooner. But for now, for the by-election, I'm going into West Grand Bahama and Bimini to transform that community and to be a voice in the House of Assembly. It then moved to Grand Bahama for their decision. We decided to include the decision of residents and other persons of Grand Bahama so that they can make the decision. Those persons also voted unanimously that the candidate should be me. They did not know the results of the initial vote from the national executives until after they voted. And they voted unanimously that the candidate should be me that represents this community. We decided at that point that we would go for it, that we would go all in. And so I decided to take up the course. Immediately, I found a home in Grand Bahama. Yes, I'm now a resident of Grand Bahama, and will be so for the near future. For the coming future, we look forward to winning this election and me being here for some time. But yes, I'm now a resident of Grand Bahama, and we decided to come here and make a quick trip and look around and talk to the people, to put our feelers on the ground. And that is what we did. And immediately, persons started to get attracted to us. We walked around, not letting anyone know the results of our vote, the results of our decision, letting them know that we were going to announce it coming up soon, but not confirming anything. All right? Everywhere we went, persons started to crowd and gather, and persons started to say that they wanted the COI to run, but not only should the COI run, we got some cheering fans out there. We got some cheering fans out there blowing the horns. Not only should the COI run, but they insisted that it should be me to run. Everywhere we went in the community, persons asked me, please come and represent us. We need strong representation. Many persons said that they followed Obi Wilscombe, but now he's gone. And so they're looking for someone else to follow. Many PLPs and FNMs came and approached us, and this is how we got here. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say something to you. Walking through this community, I became very disturbed. I became very disturbed at the neglect. but the people of this community suffered. And I say this from the bottom of my heart. I have seen men in tears. I have seen women in tears. I have seen women who said that they fought for a political party, got them in power, and then they had to sleep on the beach with their 2 daughters. This should never happen in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. It should never happen. I'm sure you're hearing our adoring fans passing and blowing their horns. I started to see elderly people who said that promises were made to them and they were neglected. I started to see homes destroyed by hurricanes, homes where roofs had holes in them. I started to see homes that were destroyed. And then the people took me into the community and showed me more. I know it's a serious conversation, but this community is in a serious state, and I cannot downplay this. Because if we're going to bring the change, we have to first admit to the problems. Ladies and gentlemen, they showed me a dock that was the government dock that was in that same state for 30 years. 30 years with no help and no hope. They showed me a school that was being built for 10 years since Perry Christie was Prime Minister. They showed me an administration building that was being built for 10 years since Perry Christie was Prime Minister. They showed me the people who needed help and opportunity. And I said, I have to fight for this. And this is where the problem comes in. And all of those persons that had something to say, help them understand why this is the way it is. Because a lot of people don't understand why it is the way it is. There's a simple reason why it is the way it is, and it won't change. I first told them that look at all the communities around the country that call themselves Progressive Liberal Party constituencies. I said, look at them. Look at South Andres, look at Cat Island, look at Angliston, or even a Baytown. Look at these communities. Look at Centerville, Perry Christie. Look at these communities. And I told them, here's the problem. And they said that Grand Bahama and West Grand Bahama and Bimini is also one of them. And I started to say to them, if someone knows that you are going to vote for them anyway, why should they do anything for you? And this is where the problem comes in. If someone knows that you are going to vote for them anyway, why should they do something for you? And here is your problem. And this is the problem of all of these constituencies. Here is your problem. Because then what happens? They do nothing for you, and then the other party comes in and they say, oh, well, you're a PLP constituency, so we're not going to do anything for you either. And here is where the problem comes in. We need change. We need them to know one time, that they are vulnerable. All right? So, we want there's a lot of commotion going on inside. A lot of commotion going on. We have fans up there. We also have some PLPs out there. So there's a lot of commotion going on inside. All right? We are gearing up for the big fight for this nation. All right? I'll wait till this part of the commotion goes away before I continue. I show you there on the music in the background. There's a truck passing. The person saying we need Shane Gibson.
Yes,
Shane Gibson. Show them. Let's go there quick. There's a truck passing. They passing music. I guess they know that you were going live. And so there's a truck passing, about 20 people on it. The big truck, about 20 people on it. And they are saying, Shane Gibson is what we need. Listen, I won't get into that part of it yet. I won't get into those discussions yet because the campaign is started. I just wanted to introduce myself to the Bahamian public, and then we can discuss when they release their candidate. We're going to have some real conversations. But I want to continue from here. The people in this community have been seriously neglected. Seriously neglected. Okay? And we need the FNM and PLP to explain how this could have happened. I can assure you that if I were the candidate, if I were the member of parliament for this community, there is no way that one school would take 10 years to build. How could you show up in a yellow shirt knowing that after 10 years, one school is not built for your children, despite the fact that you paid your taxes, and that's okay? If I were member of parliament for this constituency, there is no way that one office building would take 10 years. I heard no one crying out for that in the House of Assembly. Not one person. No one crying out for the benefit of the people of this community. That is about the change, ladies and gentlemen. That is about the change. No one has spoken out. Persons also told me about the fact that Ginn bought an ambulance, and a fire truck for this community. Ginn bought an ambulance and a fire truck for Western Grand Bahama. The government took that ambulance and fire truck and sent it to Freeport. Now they have 3 ambulances and 3 fire trucks in Freeport, while there is no ambulance and fire truck in Western or Eastern Grand Bahama. And that's because they don't think that much of you. That's the fact of the matter. They don't think that much of you, because if they did, it would be important for you to have an ambulance or a fire truck. How many of your family members are going to die because they had to wait for an ambulance to come from Freeport to come here? Doesn't make more sense. Now, one ambulance and fire truck in the west, one in Freeport, and another in the east. That's simple representation. Doesn't that make sense? Yes. That's simple representation. You don't need money for that. You don't even have to be in government for that. That's simple representation. All right? And so while the government goes and pats themselves on the shoulder, and while they're traveling all over the world, you can't be on your dime. That's your money that they're spending. While they're doing that, you sit and suffer. And if you have to call an ambulance, you have to wait and hope an ambulance is available and wait until it gets all the way here. They regulate your pressure, check everything, and then take you all the way back. But they're patting themselves on the shoulder, and they're coming back and saying, vote for us again. Let me tell you, this week would hurt the people I spoke to in West Grand Bahama more than anything else. Let me tell you what hurt them more than anything else. The fact that in one day, on Wednesday, or Thursday, I don't remember exactly which day it was, but in one day, the government came and patched all the potholes from 8 Mile Rock all the way to West End. Miles and miles of potholes they patched in one day. Do you know what that meant to the people in this community? It's not that they weren't grateful that it was patched, but what it made them realize that they could have done that long time. If they could do that for a funeral, if they could do that in one day because a funeral is happening, they could have always done it. They didn't do it for the same reason that they took your ambulance and took your fire truck. They don't care about you. They couldn't care less about your well-being. A young man showed me his knee that was, you could see the surgery, it was torn in half because he was in a car accident because he hit a deep pothole that he could not see as he was driving in the night. He showed me how he was injured. That is violence against the people. People suffered violence. Another woman who was a staunch PLP campaigner showed me her car and said, this is what the pothole did. She had a nice, decent car that was now mashed in the front. And she said, this is because of a pothole in the road. And she was incensed and angered that in one day they could fix that. When they've been complaining all this time, fix these potholes. All kinds of excuses. You know, we ain't got no money. You know, you got to wait. You know, the government's going to get to it. It isn't that they don't have the money. It's that they don't care about you. And there's no one to stand up for you. I appreciate Opie Wisdom every transaction I've had with him. Every conversation I've had with him was a good one. The last conversation I had with Opie Wisdom was when we were fighting for the Bahamas of the Crown Land to get them our Crown Land into Michael Road, where we still are, by the way. Obi was there one day when we were fighting the defense force, chasing them off that land. And Obi was there, and he came up to me and he said, Lincoln, he said, I respect you highly. He said, you inspire me. He said, because he said, I wish I could do and say the things that you could do and say. He said, but the problem is that when you're in a party, you have to just toe the party line. You have to do what you're told. You can't question anything because it will make the party look bad. So, for example, if the roofs on people's houses need to be fixed, need to be patched, and you are one of those persons who need that patch, if the party doesn't want to patch it for you, then the member of parliament, whether they appeal to you for them, who are in government, they can't say anything because it would make their party look bad. The member of parliament can't do anything that's going to make their party look bad. So if a school is being built for 10 years, you can't say nothing because it can make the party look bad. Does it make sense? If an administration building is being built for 10 years, you can't say a word because it will make the party look bad. Then you're going to be victimized within the party. And this is why Obi was saying to me that the problem is you have to toe the party line. When it's time for West Grand, Bahama, and Bimini to stop towing the party line, it is time for change. It is time to put someone in place who can stand up for you. These are simple things that someone could have just fought for. The rest of the Bahamas did not know that one school was being built for 10 years. Let me put this in perspective for you. Atlantis was built in 18 months. That's a year and a half. 18 months. But the school is still not open. The administration building is still not open, and they're talking about naming it after Obi Wilskirk. Now those buildings have mold. They need to be repaired. They've been sitting for 10 years. It's because they don't want you to have anything. West Grand, Bahama, I want you to know that West End was supposed to be the place where the Bimini Resort was supposed to go. But it was sent to Bimini instead of you. There's another resort that was supposed to go there, and it was sent elsewhere instead of coming to you. The Carnival Project, we are told that we're supposed to come to West End, but they sent it elsewhere instead of coming to you. What's happening? Kid was supposed to be there, but that never came off the ground. West Grand, Bahama, they don't love you. It's simple as that. All you have to do is drive around and see. If you want real change, you gotta have real change. All that is missing is vision. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Some of our plans for this area. There's the 2-year plan, because it's going to be just about 2 years before election. That's what we believe. There's a 2-year plan, and then there's the New Bahamas after we win the government. All right. So these are separate things. All right. So people are here with grilling and stuff outside, so that's why you might hear a lot of talking in the background. So don't worry about that. So In our 2-year plan, we want to focus on the kids and the elderly. All right, we have other things to fight for, but we want to focus on the kids and the elderly. What do I mean? Our children lost 2 years of education. 2 years. No fault of their own. This is a blimp in time for all of us. It's a disaster. We are going to use the government budget that we have and invest in after-school programs for kids to be able to get training in English and math, etc., so that they can catch up whatever their grade level for those 2 years that they missed. We want to make sure that our kids are not left behind. We're going to set up a center where kids can come and do their homework. Many kids don't have electricity. Many of them don't have internet. They can't do their homework. We're going to set up a center where they can come, they have access to their computers, laptops, internet, everything is free. They can print out their homework, everything is free, covered by the constituency budget, so that our kids can get back up to speed. We are going to enlist teachers who are going to try to help us in this community get our kids' grades back up to speed, because we have to look out for our kids. We've already engaged several coaches who are going to engage our young men in this community to ensure that they have something to do. Basketball is our national sport. I know what our official document says about sailing. And some of them said it was cricket. That's not us. But our national sport, as far as I'm concerned, as a young man growing up in the Bahamas, is basketball. Every single Bahamian young man plays basketball, right? And girls. And so we are going to make sure that we look out for our kids and give them a program. There can be much more buddy heels to come out of this if the government is able to touch those persons who are willing to put in the work and assist them with what it is that they need. Right? We've already met with one team. We've committed to buying them some basketballs, etc., so that we can help with these young men. All of their grades are 3.7 and above. The tallest guy on the team, he's a 4.0 student. And he's playing basketball. We have another person on the team, 3.9, 3.8, 3.7. Young men in this community of 8 Mile Rock. We have to encourage them. They're getting zero help at this time from the government. We have to encourage our young men. So we're going to focus on our youth and young people so that we can get things done. We need to encourage entrepreneurship, do entrepreneurial training in this community, amongst other things. But we are going to put the government's foot to the fire about getting that school opened. We're going to put the government's foot to the fire about getting that administrative building open. It is a must. It is imperative. This is making zero sense. And so the long-term plan that we have for West Grand Bahama, many of you know that I have been telling you since we started Bahamian Evolution that Grand Bahama is the key to the New Bahamas. And West Grand Bahama and Bimini is the gateway to the New Bahamas. West Grand Bahama is the first place that cruises came. There were ferries that came to West Grand Bahama, which is the capital. It came to West End, which is the capital of Grand Bahama. A lot of people don't know that. But it has deteriorated over time. We are going to restore that. You would have heard me talking about our plans going to the cruise ship industry. If our government can borrow $1 billion just like that, why can't they borrow a few $100 million to buy some cruise ships? Why can't they borrow $1 billion to something we can make money from? Well, we are going to make West Grand Bahama, particularly West End, we are going to make this the cruise hub of the world. That is our vision for this area. I've been talking about it. This has not come up because of the election. This is something that I've been talking about. We didn't reveal everything about it, but it's good that I can say this to you now. West Grand Bahama will be where we dock our ships. The area where Gin is was Crown land. It's 2,012 acres of Crown land that was given away to some foreigners who have now caught themselves in trouble with the law, etc. And nothing is happening there. We're taking it back. All right, and we're going to give it to the people. And so West Grand Bahama is where we're going to stage our cruise port. We're going to have the same things that they have like Coco Key and Disney's Half Moon Key, etc. We're going to build something like that in West Grand Bahama where our ships can have docking. And we're also going to use it from there to send ships around the Bahamas, to spread the economy around the Bahamas, and also to send ships from here around the region, Mexico, Jamaica, etc. So that we're benefiting from their tourism economies also. There is an actual runway. I think it is the longest runway in the Bahamas. Right in West Grand Bahama, it's not being used. It is sitting there. As I do my lives moving forward, I'm going to show you these documented. There's a runway right now sitting next to a harbor in West Grand Bahama. And so now moving forward, instead of persons going to Miami or Lauderdale to board ships, those ships, Carnival, etc., that already have a relationship with us, we're going to encourage them to have some of their ships leave from the Bahamas. So what does that mean? Now tourists are going to come here the same way that when you go to the cruise, you overnight Miami, spend some money with the restaurants, hotels, you go out to movies, etc., and then you go on your cruise, you rent a car, etc. Now persons are going to land here in West Grand Bahama or in Grand Bahama proper, stay in a hotel, build the economy, and then jump on their cruise to Mexico or wherever they want to go. Carnival, Disney, etc. We're going to encourage all of them to operate from here, and it's going to be a cruise hub. All right, this is the kind of vision that we need for this economy. We're going to encourage fish for ice and other activities right now in this 2-year term in West Grand Bahama and in 8 Mile Rock. There are docks that need to be built. We have a lot of fishermen in this community, but there are no docks for these young men who are into fisheries. We need change. One of the problems, last thing I want to say, one of the problems we have is very simple and easy to understand. We depend on the politicians to do everything for us. And we're about to change that. Some people said that Lincoln is looking for power, the COI is looking for power. No, we're looking to take power from the government and give it back to the people. And that is what our mission is, and that mission starts now. The door has opened, we're going to step into that door, and we're going to start the process of taking back power from the politicians. The reason your communities are neglected all over the Bahamas, if you look around, if you go to the Family Islands, everyone is crying. Oh, this one says we don't have a morgue. This one says electricity been off for 2 weeks. This one says, look at our clinic. Every Family Island they say, look at our dock. The Great Harbor Island, they say, look at our dock. We send $30 million to the government every single year. Look at our dock. All right? This is where the problem comes in. This is why you are neglected. It's not that the government doesn't have the money. One is that they don't care about you, because just like they fix the roads in one day and they could have done it all this time. So you shouldn't have to be going to a politician for them to do anything in your community. And this is where we get to our conversation of island states and city government. This is the most important thing that we've been talking about. Island states and city government. What does that mean? The money made in Grand Bahama stays in Grand Bahama. The money made in Andros stays in Andros. The money made in Article stays in Article. They pay a royalty to the central government. And now what does that mean? If these persons, if these islands are able to keep their money, then they can develop their own communities. They don't have to depend on a politician. They don't have to beg a politician. All right? And if the politician isn't doing what they're supposed to, if the administrators don't do what they're supposed to, you can fire them. So island states mean you keep your money to develop your area. I always give this example of Harbor Island. They send $30 million, just them alone, to Nassau every single year, and they get about $380,000 to do whatever they could scrap to do with that. That's wrong. These islands are being robbed, and we have to bring change for our family islands. There is room for growth, and the key to the new Bahamas is developing our family islands. It is the key. There is so much room for growth. Countries go to war to get more room, to get more territory. We have the territory and we're not using it. And the reason is because we have 10 to 15 men and women in the cabinet determining what happens in your entire community. This is a problem. They can only do what they can think of, and they normally only do what they can make money from on the side, under the table. Only with them and their cronies can make money from. It's the only thing they're interested in. They are not interested in anything else, and that's why you're neglected, because they're not going to think about you and your needs. If your dock in West End is broken for 30 years and you don't say nothing, they don't know nothing. They're not going to focus on fixing your dock in West End. That's why the situation is that way. But if West End and East Rock becomes a city and a community, then this community will now, their council, decide what they want done in their community. They vote for it. They have a mayor, and this mayor determines, okay, this needs to be done, and he gets it done. If he doesn't do it, he's fired. So you will never have a situation where there's potholes in your road, one, because you got the money to fix it, and you make the decision to fix it, and you have a mayor whose job is to make sure this gets done. And if he doesn't get it done, he's fired. This is the new Bahamas, ladies and gentlemen. We need new vision, and we need this right away. And that's what we call city government, right? More on that as we continue our campaign. This campaign for us is going to be a campaign not of slander and defamations. I don't care about the personal lives of anyone who's going to be running. I care about the vision for this new Bahamas. That's what I care about. I care about how you're going to take this country forward. If you're coming to Western and Grand Bahama, what are you going to do to build this community? How are you going to attract our economy to this community? And how are you going to build this up? That's what I'm interested in, vision. And so with that, I officially call for a debate with the FNM and Progressive Liberal Party candidates. I know they're not chosen yet officially, but I call for a debate with them. On their plans for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, on what is going on in this community, how we got there, and how we're going to change it, the solutions. So I call for debate with the Progressive Liberal Party and the Free National Movement candidates. This is the way of the future. In fact, I'll take a handicap. You can give them the questions ahead of time. I don't need the questions. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a different kind of thinking. And lastly, for all of my people in West Grand Bahama and Bimini, West Grand Bahama, every time you drive to that little bridge that separates West Grand Bahama, 8 Mile Rock, and the rest of Freeport, you see a crane. Every time it goes down, it comes up with hundreds of thousands of dollars. Boom. Every time it goes down, it comes up with hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you just thought, why are these people playing with dirt for all these years? Because you had no idea of the value of what they were digging up. They told you they were just taking the fill out of the water. Don't look at them. That's just dirt they're playing with. It has no value. It has no value, but they were using a crane that cost tens of millions of dollars to dig up that dirt that has no value. I don't know anything that you're going to take tens of millions of dollars for to mine. All right, so the crane costs tens of millions of dollars, and they're mining something. It has to be worth more than tens of millions of dollars, right? Yeah. And so while this was happening for all these years, as all of you grew up, they were lying to you. Christie was lying to you. England was lying to you. Minnis was lying to you, and now Davis is lying to you. Billions of dollars are being made. Vaughan Miller released the documents in the House of Assembly, $5.4 billion a year, the value of what they take. And Ginn had a meeting, sorry, not Ginn, Bahama Rock, had a meeting with stakeholders in Grand Bahama, and they said they make a profit of $1.3 billion every single year. $1.3 billion. Profit. That's pure profit. And guess what we get? Nothing. It's time to change. So they ask you, how are we going to get this money that Lincoln is talking about? Is he selling drains to the natural resources? The money is already being made. And I can tell you that the miners, including Bahama Rock, have no problem with paying their fair share. They have no problem with paying taxes or royalties or whatever needs to happen. But our government doesn't care about what comes to the government. They care about their under the table money. So they don't want to collect anything from these miners. And they definitely don't want to collect anything from them to go to you. This is where the problem is. There's 4 other companies doing the same thing. Billions of dollars are being made right here, right now in this community, and we're going to fight for that. Let me put this in perspective for you, as I always do. Let's say that's $5 billion. It's 5.4. I'll bring it down to 5 billion, say a year. Let's say there's 50,000 people in Grand Bahama, which there is not, but let's just say that's $100,000 for every Grand Bahamian. Right there. $100,000 for every Grand Bahamian. That's man, woman, and child. Of course, we know we're not giving the children, we're just giving the adults. So when people call these numbers, they say it's 400,000 Bahamians. How can you give each of them? No, it's not the children. It's just the 200,000 adults. All right? Or really 150,000 of a certain age, 21 and over. We need change. We are going to benefit from everything that's going on. We've met people in Grand Bahama who worked at Ocean Key, mining the Raggedite, who said they've been raping us for years. They saw it happening. They were a part of it. I spoke to someone yesterday who worked the machines to dredge our Raggedite. He's right here. And he said, everything you're saying is the truth. But Bahamians are just lost. They don't know the value of what they have. And whenever you don't know the value of what you have, you can be robbed. Yeah. They call it taking candy from a baby. It's very easy to do. That's what they've been doing with us. But those days are over because now we're awake. We are awake. And it's up to you. It's your duty to go and wake your friends and family. And so, yes, the F&M and the PLP are going to come to you and say, "Oh, don't listen to him. He's just talking about this money that you're gonna make and this and that." The money's already being made. It's your money. You're just not getting it. We got to go after what's ours. It's my money. I want it now. If you don't want yours, I want mine. Put me in the House of Assembly to be a champion for you to get what's yours. Let's start this process off. Let's get it started. Now, this conversation of carbon credits before the election, everyone said that Lincoln Bain is selling dreams. Not everyone, the government, the PLP and the F&M. Lincoln Bain is selling dreams. Don't listen to him. This carbon credit thing isn't real. It's a lie. Don't listen to him. He just wants to be prime minister, etc., etc. After election, all they're talking about is carbon credits. Every time Brave Davis opens his mouth, all he's talking about is carbon credits. And he's taking advantage of the fact that the Bahamians don't know what it is. But the truth of the matter is that he admitted that it's worth billions of dollars. In fact, Alfred Sayre said now the Senate is worth trillions of dollars. The proof is out there now that our seagrass alone is worth $156 billion per year, every year. Now, West Grand Bahama and the rest of the Bahamas and Bimini. It's now proven, certified, that we have $156 billion worth of carbon credits per year that we can cash in per year. There is nothing else to discuss in this country right now. Because knowing that, the Prime Minister ended our sovereign wealth fund. Ended it, took it away. I told you this would happen before election. Everything they say turns out to be lies. Everything I say turns out to be the truth. Since I've been talking, we cannot let these people continue to rob us. $156 billion. I spoke to Philip Brave Davis. I've said this publicly, and I challenge you to sue me, Brave Davis, or have me arrested for lying on you if I'm not saying the truth. I spoke to him right across the desk. We talked about the carbon credits and natural resources. He said, "Lincoln, everything that you're saying is true." He said, "I was Minister of Works." He said, "I know. We know who's doing the natural resources right now. They have licenses. They have agreements with the government. We know exactly who they are. We know what they're mining. We know the value." He said, "But you cannot give it to the Bahamian people because then they're not going to need you." He said, What did you say? He said they're not going to need you, Lincoln. He said I'm old school. You give it to a few people and let them provide jobs to everyone else.
Gangsters. Thieves.
So it's about power. They don't want you to have anything. Remember, the ambulance wasn't good enough for you. West Grand Bahama, an ambulance wasn't good enough for you. A fire truck isn't good. You are not good enough, I should say, for an ambulance. You are not good enough for a fire truck. And they're coming to you and telling you to vote for them. They're coming back and saying they're putting all the money on the ground. Just vote PLP. The money here I reach. Tell them if they ain't got no money now, then don't tell them go away. Because they've been stealing your money for all these years. They're giving you back, buying you out with your own money. How foolish could you be to let someone buy you out with your own money? If you are selling a car and someone goes in your briefcase and takes out your money and give it to you, you're going to be impressed with that? If you're selling a piece of property and someone goes in your bank account and takes out your money and give it to you, you impressed with that? They are going to come around now. Watch, no money been on the ground for the last 2 years. They're going to come around now offering you everything in the world. They're already calling people that they're going to fix their roofs. Some people want to pay y'all been for the last 2 years. I've been begging y'all to fix this roof. They're actually doing people's yard right now. They're mowing the lawn. All of a sudden you are loved. They love you. You are amazing, West Bahama and Bimini. They're willing to die for you and do anything for you. They're willing to feed your children grocery. Oh, you need grocery? Here's your grocery. Light bill? Come, let me pay your light bill.
Hey.
When they come with the money, please take it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's yours. And vote them out. Take that money and vote them out.
That's the money anyhow.
Where the money been for the last 2 years? We have persons who are in this yard right now. They did a program in the same part of 8 Mile Rock, in the Jonestown area, by our headquarters. You can come by. I'm going to be here every day, by the way. You'll see the big sign up in the front. They fixed 2 houses. Now, 85% of the houses around there have tarp on the roofs. It was damaged from Francis and Jean and Matthew. That's like 2005.
Right.
And then Matthew. And then Dorian. And they fixed them. They fixed 2 houses, right? So, okay, good. They fixed 2 houses, not the house. They fixed the roof. They passed the roof. This time, right? Now, the people who did the work, they didn't pay them. Now, they bragging with all this money they're going to come and drop on the ground. Why this money couldn't be used to pay the fellas who did the work in this community? So that they can pay their light bill, they can pay their rent, they can eat some food, get their hair cut. Now you coming back to pretend you love them? When you come back to 8 Mile Rock, bring the money.
Yeah.
Not the money you want to throw on the ground, the money you owe them. That they worked for in the hot sun, on the hot roof, in the hot summer, the hottest summer on record in world history. Those fellas slaved in that sun. And all I had for them was $1,400 for some and $1,200 for some. And the young man came to me and said, Mr. Bean, I ain't no beggar. I a worker. I go into them straight through to try to get what's mine, but I need some help. And I had to go in my pocket. It's my money. It's no government money. And I had to say, okay, my brother, I understand. Someone has told me about the situation. I have to help that young man. Where is his representation? We need change in this community. And I'm ready to stand up and fight for this community, because if I was the member of parliament, the government would have had hell on their hands to force you all to go through all that. That's the truth. Do you want someone who's going to stand up for you or someone who's going to stand up for their party? Let me make this clear to all of you. All right? Whoever the PLP sends, if God curses us and they're allowed to win, they're going to toe the party line. You are going to continue to be neglected. Nothing is going to change. I don't want you all to think for 1 second, I just have to be real because you know that's me, that this administration loved Obi. I don't want you to think that for 1 second. They fought against him from day one.
Yeah.
They fought against him while he was here. They fought that man. And in a lot of cases, did not allow him to do what he could have done. I don't want you to think that they loved him. And now the campaign is going to be, let's do it for Obi. Y'all didn't do it for Obi when he was alive. Now you going to do it for him now? The campaign is going to be, let's do this for Obi. But I have another opinion of this. I actually agree with that slogan. I say, let's do this for Obi. Let's stick them back for Obi. Who they were blocking. Let's stick them back for Obi. Who they were victimizing. Let's do this for Obi. Let another man, strong man come here and give them what they deserve for what they have done for the last 2 years. I say, let's do this for Obi. That's what I say. Many of the people who are here in this yard, many of the people who we see in their yards as we go around the community said, you know, we supported OB, but now we need someone different, someone strong who's going to stand up. I just told you how this politics thing works. If you put a progressive Liberal Party candidate here, you're going to continue to be neglected. If after neglecting you for 2 years, you put them back, they're going to neglect you more. See, they had people in, they ain't got no sense. They vote for us anyway. We ain't open the school and they still vote for us. We ain't open the building, they still vote for us. We work them and they ain't pay them and they still vote for us. We must give them. If they know you will vote for them anyway, why should they do anything for you? Wake up. Let's spank them one time and let them see that God is invincible. And watch the difference in how they treat you. When the Coalition of Independence wins this by-election in West Grand Bahama, they are going to come flooding you with love. They're going to realize, oh, we messed up. It's like, you know, that boyfriend or girlfriend who neglected you and abused you, etc. And then you have the courage to leave them, and then you get someone else, they see you being treated with love, etc. All of a sudden, they coming back, smooshing up to you. All of a sudden, they love you. All of a sudden, they can do the whole world for you. Well, I'll tell you what to tell that boyfriend or girlfriend, and that's the same thing that you tell the PLP there for them. You tell them, get. That's G-E-T. Get. They don't love you. If they loved you, that school would have been open. If they loved you, that administration building would have been open. If they loved you, these docks around here would have been fixed. If they loved you, they would have fixed that port. They wouldn't have waited for Obi to die to fix the pothole. Patch, not fix. Because some of them are already going falling apart. Somebody just reminded me that I was the one who went and spoke out about it, and then they showed up to fix the potholes. Someone says, what can you do outside of government? There's a lot you can do. We have the budget for the constituency. We're going to help people. We're going to put programs in place, and we're going to stand up for you. You're not going to be neglected again. When they mistreat you, the whole world is going to know. They're not going to be able to touch you. You will have a defender. One of the biggest problems that Bahamians have is they don't have anyone to stand up for them. Every time we show up, as you can see, the government comes running to fix. Because they know that we're not going to stand down. We are lions. And we're looking for you in this community to stand with us. Stand with us. Just stand with us. As we stand with you. I'm going to be in this community. I'm going to be here every single day. I go to the House of Assembly on Wednesdays. I leave and I'm back in the community where I will be residing. Let's do something different. Are you ready for change? Ready for change? We need something different. And so, to the persons in the community, we're going to be coming around. The gate is now open, and we're going to be coming to your doors. If you need to reach us, You can reach me at 803-5995 or come by the office. If I'm not at the office, I'm going to be somewhere in the community talking to our family and friends. We're going to stand up for this community. We're going to do what is right for this community. All right? You're not going to be neglected again. Mission number 1, bring our ambulance and fire truck back. Because if the ambulance was here, Obi very well might have lived.
Yeah.
I want the rest of the people in this community to be able to live if they have a similar problem. I want the ambulance here, in the clinic here. I want the clinic open later hours or 24 hours. We're going to fight for that. How could the clinic be closed at business hours? What kind of nonsense is this? What time is the clinic close?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Yeah, 3 or 4 o'clock, the clinic closes. So if at 5 o'clock something happens to you, you're on your own. People outside excited. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited for this. I'm coming to this community. Like I said, I have a background here. I'm going to be here. I'm going to stay here. God works in mysterious ways. I love you. I appreciate you. And this is why we're doing what we're doing. And I love you. And some of the people in there, they're gonna come around and they're gonna stand in the back of me. I'm doing this for the people. I'm doing this for the people. I'm asking you to stand with me. I'm asking every single Bahamian, to stand with me. It's you. You are Bahamian. And you are proud. Come around, come around. Okay, stand with me. I come closer, but I want to ask. Come closer. Okay, let's meet. The reason, oh my God, this place could be full. Let's mention everyone. Jesus, okay, let's go. Everybody, let's go.
All are the leaders for tomorrow.
Oh my God. No, let's go. Let's do the game. Jesus, we better have to go outside. Hey, we gotta take this outside. All right, everyone stand right here, Come in the front. Everyone come on.
That's the president.
Everyone come. Come on. Come here. I want you to hear me talking to this young man. I saw this young man do I saw this young man do a Facebook a post. This young man stood with Obi to Obi's grave until Obi died. He stood with him and he stood up for him. But now he wants to stand up to his community. Tell the people who didn't see that video what your perspective is.
Yeah, I have this to say. Obi was he was a legend. He meant more to the Amoral community as Bahama than anything in this world. But what happened is, they hold Obi hands down, enable him to take care of us any further, like he did when he first came in. And now he's gone. And I can tell the people, Mr. Lincoln being as the man right here, who can take up the piece of Mr. Westcomb and carry us through. You know, when we went to homes and then I saw tears come in his eyes. The people I met around him, all of them just like him, I never met this much love from I know myself. I'm 53 years old. Amen. And I can tell all my people I know from Amen Rock to West Bahamas, if we don't put Mr. Bean in now, while we have this chance, that's it for us.
Amen. Amen. Wow. And no one is here because they want no contract.
No, sir. Man want your
Y'all want
contract.
change, No one here want no contract. No one saying they want no money. Everyone is saying we just want different for our community. Come, tell me why you here. Come in the front. Come to us.
I believe in your
No,
vision.
come right here. Come right here. Why you here?
Because I believe in your vision
Mm.
and your plan for this nation.
That's right.
Supersede all the other leaders that we had before. And it's the Bahamian people can't see that. You speak as a true leader.
Amen.
Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. The last election, I was an interview. And all my brother-in-law said, Paul, but after I sat and listened to you on several occasions, I said, that's the man who can lead this nation in the correct manner. Because after 50 years, we have not gone nowhere. Total suffering and hardship. I voted FNM for my voting. This was 1976, I think.
Wow.
Just voting and voting FNM. For what?
Wow.
For nothing. But Mr. Ben, here's what you must do. Just keep fighting for the people.
Amen.
Despite some of the talks, you made well. And I appreciate you for that, sir.
Thank you, man.
My name is Paul Major.
Thank you, Paul. Welcome to the New Bahamas.
I'm in it.
All right. Anyone else want to say something? Anyone? Yeah.
The one love is good, but prophet, blessed love. Blessed love.
Blessed love.
Blessed love. Bahamas, blessed love.
Blessed love. Blessed love. Blessed love. Blessed love. Blessed love. Blessed love. Anyone else want to say something? All right. You want to say something? Go ahead.
I just want to let the people of the Bahamas know, for all these years, they had us living in fear victimization. You understand? Fear for you can't even come out your house. You ain't in peace. You understand what I'm saying? 365 days out of the year, you only have power for 1 day. 1 day. So let us come together and let us show them that we know we are not ignorant. We are awake.
Exactly.
Let us pull together unity. You could break one straw, but two, it'll be harder. Y'all stay strong.
Change coming! Change is here! Change coming! Change is here! Change coming! Change is here! All right.
All right. Anyone else want to say something? Anyone else? Anyone else?
Hold on, let me say something, Mayor, for them.
Come this way. Come this way. Come this way.
Ricky, it's your cousin Porky. You know how we go. All the Mayor for them family, you already know I ride hard for Makisha. We roll hard for Makisha and she. We ride hard for OB2. Last general election, leader, you all hear me? We ride hard for OB2. But see, they ain't had this vision. They ain't had this plan. You understand? So we ride for something bigger and better, not only for us, but for our children, our grandchildren, and great children to come. So thank you, Mr. Ben, for coming to Grand Bahama. Thank you.
Change is here. These are former FNM, former PLP generals who want change. They ain't coming asking for no contract, Hey, this money asking for nothing. I got some of them. This man over here with the phone over here. I know Tony. Tony, you want to say something, Tony? Shy. Tony shy. I try to give Tony. Tony is campaigning all over this. I try to give Tony money for gas and he wouldn't take it. Even if you take something from me, Tony. Take something. Tony said, no, I don't want nothing. I want change. I want change. That's a true man.
But all that money has or bring the money twice. Yeah. That's why we in this situation.
I can sneak him and push some money in his back pocket. He ain't gonna see when I come. Cause he out of order. He don't know how politics go in this country. He out of order.
Mr. Ben?
Yes.
I spoke to one or two people up there in this.
Yeah, come right here. Sorry about that.
This constituency, with you, I believe, is your ratified candidate.
Yes. I'm officially now the ratified candidate.
Congratulations. But I was told that you need to go from house to house. Person.
There you go.
Some people want to see it.
Yes. Yes. Oh, we've been doing that. We've been going from house to house, so we will continue. I'm a hard worker.
But
I'm a hard worker.
That's what I was told.
You're gonna see it.
We appreciate you, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Lincoln. Just don't do me like the preacher man.
Ricky?
No, not him. I ain't thinking about that. I ain't thinking about that. I got nothing but Joe.
We didn't take it.
We didn't even know their name. No ever their name. Yeah, we don't have them.
I thought let me out.
Yeah, Michael Bye. Yeah.
I say two names, they insulted me in the office. Oh my
Wow.
I can't stand it. See my ears.
Mark, that's true.
So much.
Come on now, man. Well, anyway, they just had a truck with 20 people on it and some cars behind them saying that Shane Gibson should come to this community. Y'all ready for Shane?
Never see.
Anybody ready for Shane Gibson right here?
Hey, hold on, man. Don't do that. Don't insult Mr. Ben. That's what we want. We got the man we want.
So
You say Shane or you say change? Huh?
ready for change?
All right, you ready for change? Not no Shane.
Not Shane, man. Shane Gibson. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is our headquarters. This used to be the PLP headquarters.
Yeah, they can't come back here.
This used to be the PLP headquarters. I hear they offered a landlord all kind of money last night. They offered a landlord all kind of money last night. They call them, you hang up on them, they drive around, they pull up in the car, screw on the glass, and say how much we could give you to take that from him. How much money we could give you. And he said, Mr. Bean, then have it. I said, man, listen, just call your number. How much money? Last night, last night.
Gangsters.
All right? This is the kind of way that they are fighting. And so now they're going to try everything in the book. They're going to try to book out all the cars without people coming down, book out all the hotel rooms. You know all the tricks. They're going to try to slander me and lie on me and make up stuff. They can tell you the F&M funding me. Let me tell you something. If you ever see me join forces with the F&M, don't vote for me because I'm a sellout like everyone else. I am standing my ground because the PLP offered me millions of dollars.
Yep, that's right.
Just a few months ago. And I said no. And so I was glad when I heard that the landlord for this building was able to stand up just like me and say, no, this ain't about the money. It's for change and it's about what is right. And so we're going to stand up and continue to stand up. I am not a sellout. I'm going to stand with you to the last minute, to the last drop. And we're going to get this community fixed. So thank you to all of you who are standing with me. Thank you to all of the families that say that they used to be F&M, TLP, but they're now with us. Thank you. This is not for me. This is for us, man. This is for us.
And for them.
This is for us. This is for the little kids. This is for them. This is for them. This is for them.
She'll understand when she get older.
To every Bahamian watching this, and there's thousands of y'all watching this right now, all right? 20, 30,000 Bahamians are going to watch this. I want you to know that this is your last election, that you are going to be the majority. This is the last election that you have a chance to change this country. If you let them get back in there after doing all this nonsense, imagine how much worse they will be. I've never seen the country fall into corruption so fast. Keith Bell is still in cabinet after all the evidence. Is that going to continue? If you let them get away with all of what they were doing, all of this neglect, and you let them back in, they could be worse next time. You think they're telling you to go to hell now. You think they're ducking you now. You think they're abusing you now. If you let them get back there, watch what's going to happen. If after all that the F&M, Hubert Minnis, Michael Pinder, and all of them did to you, if you let them get back there, you're in problems. I told you that they can speak up to get this roof fixed, because it make their party look bad. Let me tell you why that was the situation, though. You know why they didn't give you the material to fix your roof? Billions of dollars was donated to the Bahamas after those storms. So, millions and millions of dollars in supplies. Enough supplies to fix all of the houses, not just the damaged one, all of the houses in Abaco and Grand Bahama. And have some left over. You know why they didn't give it to you? Because they own the hardware stores and they was going to lose money. They didn't want to lose money. Because if they give it to you free, they wasn't going to make money. And that's why Minnis hid the supplies from you. And that's why when the PLP came in, they auctioned them off. How could you auction off something that belongs to the people?
The big auction they had to the harbor.
Let me help you understand. Let me help you understand.
On the box.
That is a crime. What happened with the ambulance again donated and the fire truck and the hurricane supplies? Because remember, this stuff too good for y'all. They ain't want y'all have nothing. They trying to kill y'all. All right? What happened is a crime. If you give money to the Red Cross and say it's only to be used for old folks home, they can't take that and give it to children's home. That's a crime. All right? That's fraud. That's misappropriation. Whenever you give funds, if you give funds to the church and you say it can only be used for a specific purpose, they have to use it for that purpose or give it back to you. All right? They had no right to touch that ambulance and move that anywhere else because that was for West Grand Bahama. All right? They had no rights to auction off our hurricane supplies. That is criminal. And let me tell you something. You know, statute bar on that. In the New Bahamas, someone is going to pay for touching what belongs to these people. We went to the house of a 94-year-old woman. All she needed in a wheelchair, can't move. All she needed was to get 7 rock sheetrock. 7 sheetrock to fix her bedroom. And I think the kitchen too. 7, she begged, she said. I said, she's a stalwart, right? PLP stalwart. 94-year-old woman. She just needed 7 sheetrock so that she could fix her roof on the inside.
Yeah.
Jesus. The next day, we had those sheetrock there for her.
Right on time.
We ain't take no pictures. We ain't brag about it. We didn't go live on it. But we made sure she got that.
She got it.
That woman is so happy right now.
She got it. She got it.
She got very happy.
She got it.
Very happy.
The safest of the New Bahamas.
We went to another house right down the road. No family in there. They had disabled. All of their walls, not the disabled one yet, the other one. All of their walls just open up. They just needed sheetrock to put across their walls. They needed 10 sheetrock to put on their walls so that they can have some normalcy, just to close their walls up. We had those sheetrock there for them the next day.
Next day. Asking for them for 2 years. 2 years they was asking for them sheetrock. You get it the next day.
Next disabled woman who lives there. No, we have talked to her. We're going to build a ramp for her. She's stuck in the house.
Obi supporter.
She can't get out.
Sad.
Ladies and gentlemen, people are hurting, and I've seen so many tears in this last few days as we've been visiting persons in this community. I've never seen this much tears. I spoke to a woman who was living on the beach with her daughters, one of the biggest campaign generals at the PLP. She was living on the beach with her daughters. And she cried out for help, and none came. None. People are hurting. And so while they're going to talk this nonsense about do this for OB and this and that and whatever, the same OB they was blocking for being able to help certain people and do certain things, even though he did do stuff for certain people, he did do stuff for a lot of people. But while they're going to be talking this nonsense, do it for OB, I say, y'all, let's do this for OB in a different way. Let's do this for OB. Let's show them. Let's show them that this could be done. OB said he wished he had the strength and the courage to be able to stand up and stand against his party. Well, guess what? I do.
That's right. There you go.
Because I ain't standing for no party, not even the COI. I standing for the Bahamian people.
Amen.
I'm standing for the Bahamian people. I've been doing it for 20 years. You know what a man is going to do by what he has done. I've been standing for the Bahamian people, and we're going to continue to do that. All right. So if you're watching this and you're in the community, we're having a little grill out here. So some food is here. Come and get your fill. I'm going to be here if you want to talk to me. I'm not going anywhere. We're going to be here all evening. If you're a family in the West Grand Bahama area, we didn't go out in the community and promote it, and people still came out. But we want you to come down and talk to us. We're going to be here every single day. This is open to anyone. You can come here every day. You can hang out in the yard. We can put our tables out here, play dominoes, whatever you want to do. We can hang out and chill out, and we can make this happen. All right. And this is the beginning of the new Bahamas. We're going to go in that House of Assembly. We're going to show them that they're not invincible. We're going to stand up to them. We're going to put their foot to the fire. We're going to table bills for the Bahamian people and force their hand. We are going to fight. This is where the war begins. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to all of you who are tuning in. We're going to enjoy ourselves, play a little bit of music. We're going to talk. We're going to hang out and get ready for this war that is about to begin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do not fall for their tricks with their little couple dollars. Take the money and vote against them.
That's right.
Right? And so you can come to the office, speak to any one of our generals. If I'm on the street and you can't reach me here and you need me to come to your house, I will come directly to your house. Or send a text to my phone, 803-5995. Same phone I had, sent to live come out. All right? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, change ain't coming!
Change is here!
Change ain't coming!
Change is here!
Change ain't coming!
Change is here!
See you next time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I like that. More people for medical attention, illness and sickness. And the sad thing about it, when they do collect the funds for medical illness, they can't even have the surgery or the care done in the Bahamas. They got to go to another man's country to get it. Okay? And the doctor and the minister of health, they run you bragging with certain things. We've been had a brand new hospital in God knows how long. I'm tired. Grand Bahama, the Bahamas, you all feel it, you all know what's going on. Every day you go on social media, somebody gets stakeout tickets or go fund me for surgery. Don't let it be you. This is the party. It's going to take you away from all that trouble. Instead of go borrowing money or begging money in the community to save a loved one. Time for change. We'll be able to take care of our own selves and our family if the COI and Lincoln Bain be elected. This is the start. Senate to Parliament and watch what will happen for the whole country. Not just West Grand Bahama and Bimini, the whole entire Bahamas. That's all I got to say.
Hey, Andrew. I want the rice, but I want double macaroni in the front.
Something